This is The Process Shot. I'm Michael, I'm stuck in a haunted movie theater, and I've seen The Dig, a new British historical drama from Simon Stone set in 1939, when the country was on the brink of World War. Edith Pretty, a widow and landowner, hires Basil Brown, a self-taught archaeologist and excavator, to investigate a series of ancient burial mounds located on her property. As he and some assistants work over the coming days and weeks, Basil comes to be like a part of Edith's family, especially to her young son. When Basil's work uncovers something of national importance, it becomes a project overseen by the government, at which point the movie seems to decide to become a different story entirely. That's probably an exaggeration, but it does feel like it. The Dig seems as though it could be split into two different parts, one focused on Edith and Basil, and the other focused on the incoming archaeology team. It's not so much a difference in casting focus, since the earlier characters are still present and have their own arcs to conclude, but more in the general direction of the story with the addition of the new characters. It shifts the focus from the dig itself and the discovery of something great and important to something more centered around an ensemble of character relationships. Admittedly, it's logical for the film to want to have something more to look at once the actual discovery is made, but it's a rather sudden shift that essentially tries to cram a weighty amount of character development into a rather short amount of time. Thankfully, the writing is kept simple enough that you can understand what is going on with these new people, but it still comes from almost out of nowhere, enough so to take you by surprise when you realize that you have to start caring about a whole host of others. That said, the movie does keep things together well enough that you don't get overly confused by this or any other elements of their new stories, with enough balance in that second half among new and old characters that nobody really feels left behind. Technical elements in The Dig take a bit of a backseat to the story, or at least feels like they do. Cinematography makes good use of its setting to showcase the large landscapes around the dig site, as well as express some of the other ideas set up through dialogue, with a good number of aerial shots that help accomplish this, but otherwise keeping to still or stoic framing compositions. Editing isn't quite as stylistic, though it does often employ an interesting idea in the use of voiceover over dialogue scenes, with the actors present not actually moving their mouths, putting focus on facial expressions and other subtleties in their performances. There's not too much else to say about the film, though. Colors are kept natural, music and sound design aren't too special, and overall it's pretty clear that The Dig is made more for its ensemble cast and the scale of its story. However, in its attempt to accommodate everybody, it loses a little bit of something that's able to truly bring it all together. The Dig. Simon Stone, 2021. 3 stars. I think it's still worth giving a watch. That's it for this review. If you liked it, leave a like. If you have something to add, leave a comment. Subscribe to the channel for more reviews in the future. I think that all this movie really needed was to be split up into 2 movies. Seems like it was made for it at least. I wonder if they wanted to make a mini-series but didn't have enough material to work with. I don't know.